Hello and welcome to the first devlog for my PS1 horror game Service Denied. What you're looking at, that's the game. No, really, this is where it all started. After making a quick prototype to see if I could achieve the look that I was going for, I wrote down every single detail of the game from start to finish. This game is a remake of a game idea that I've had in mind for about 2 years. Initially, it started out as a fixed camera type game, kind of like Silent Hill 2, but I realized that I just did not enjoy making this type of game, and the small vertical slice that I did manage to achieve was no fun to play whatsoever. So now this game is a first-person shooter. So what is this game in a nutshell? It is a PS1 horror FPS. It is set in a space station that is orbiting Earth, and for my own kind of lore, it's set in the year 2095. The scenario is something that I've thought of that's really cool, where humans have these very advanced service robots that just do kind of everything service related, like customer service, but also things like sales or waiting on people, just kind of uh, Google Home, but with a physical body, kind of almost. Imagine if you wanted to have a cup of coffee and a robot would just get it for you. In the lore of my game, there's a attack on the robots, kind of central intelligence, because they're all sold by one company that makes them evil. They turn against you and they start attacking you. The background, and this is most likely not going to end up being mentioned in the game, but it's in my own headcanon, is that several years prior there's been a hacking attack on that one company that produces robots that makes them a lot stronger. So much stronger that just that they can actually kill you. But since it's not ever activated, no one actually notices it until the attack that makes the robots become hostile, which is where the game begins. At least that's my headcanon why a simple coffee robot can kill you. I had to ask myself, how do I approach making a FPS level? I already knew, because I had the playthrough written down, how the game was going to be laid out, but there are several options to make a level. Historically, I knew that I don't actually enjoy the classic workflow of dragging assets into Unity and then arranging it all there. So I thought maybe a more retro approach could be cool. So I tried Trench Broom for the first time. I tried Ultimate Doom Builder, what was it called? I don't know. But I had trouble getting these all to actually work, and there were no solid importers that worked with Unity, and I just kind of gave up and almost considered even using Hammer 2. At the end, I chose Blender, and this entire game was made completely in Blender. I made a whole bunch of modular pieces because I knew how the game was going to look. I didn't actually need so many different pieces, and I could do all the arranging in Blender. I cannot emphasize how bad of a workflow this is. Yes, it's cool that I can place anything in the level and already know how it's gonna look in the game, but I have to be really mindful of exporting anything from Blender. If I have everything enabled, the FBX export takes over 6 minutes, which is a complete workflow killer, and for a PS1 style low poly game, kind of overkill. So I won't be using this workflow for future games. So what is in the game now? Honestly, not that much. I did all the hard parts first, which means level design, the enemy characters. I created a bunch of robots. I rigged them. I had no help in the rigging process because they are all custom robots that know sophisticated rigging solution would be appropriate for. I have AutoRig Pro in Blender, but I don't really know how to use it for anything non-humanoid. The weight painting was extremely time intensive, not really difficult, a bit clunky because Blender's weight painting is just not that great. So I did all the hard stuff first and left the programming side for later because that's what's easiest for me. I'm a programmer, I know how to program stuff. So I left that for the end and I did all the hard parts, which is 2D and 3D, because I'm not an artist, as you can probably tell from how the robots look. The hard work is now done. Well, mostly. I still want to make intro and outro cutscenes. Those are going to be a challenge, but besides that, it's just smooth sailing from here. I have a long to-do list with items that are really not that big of a deal individually, so I don't expect that there will be a lot of devlogs after this one. And because I don't have a gameplay loop yet, I guess I'm following the Starfield development timeline, where I will be adding the fun to the game at the very last second. And if after all this time and effort invested in this game, it turns out to be no fun at all, I